Hi friends, hi friends, hi friends, and welcome. Today I wanted to do a more soft-spoken, casual video. I'm currently traveling. And my phone camera is broken. So I'm filming this on my computer on photo booth. I actually have longer nails right now than I usually do. I got gel polish a couple of weeks ago, and it's holding really nicely. And so my nails are long. You can see, here's my finger and here is my nail. I usually cannot see my nail on the back side of on the inside of my palm. I usually cannot see my nails there. But because they are longer right now, I can see them. I really like doing kind of like over-explaining things, like kind of explaining things as if you're like an alien. I've always found that really relaxing when I see other ASMR artists do that. My favorite ASMR artist who I've been watching for years is Grace V. And she always does really nice over explaining, but I also love Southern sounds ASMR. And she has this one video, or I think it's Southern ASMR sounds. And she always does these really nice softly spoken videos. And she has one that I love where she's over explaining drink mixes that you pour them into a water bottle. You pour them into a water bottle and you mix them up, and they have flavors, and there's sugar-free or ones that have sugar, and there's different flavors, and you can make different potencies. And what you would do is you would take the packet and you would take it out of the box, and then you would there's a perforation on each packet, and each box comes with many packets. They could be the same flavor, they could be different flavors, but you would take the small packet, which is usually rectangular, and you would find the perforation, and you would just gently tear it, and then you would pour that into a bottle of water. It could be a reusable bottle, it could be plastic, typically 16 ounces, and you would pour the mix in, and you would put the cap on, and then you would shake the bottle, and that would distribute the flavor. So she kind of would like explain the video, like that, like the over explaining, like the kind of details that you would think are implicit, but you explain them anyways, and that's kind of a form of relaxation, like the thoroughness of it, and like the repeating things and repeating directions, like I find so relaxing and comforting. So I've been including that in some of my videos. I really just started making videos because although it's like kind of funny, like a lot of my friends and my roommates really like ASMR, and I love when we're just in the living room together. Like I always did this rhyme. It started as something I did like at summer camp, but I think a lot of people have that at like a summer camp kind of thing. And it was a rhyme where you do back tracing. I'll do it for you, okay? So they would be facing away from me and sitting maybe below 80 days around the world. X marks the spot. Comma, 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 question mark, dot. Spiders crawling up your back, attack, attack, attack. Spiders crawling down your back, attack, attack, attack. Cat scratch, dog bite, buffalo. Tight squeeze, cool breeze. Now you've got the chilies. And I would brush over their arms, and I could feel that they would have chilies. The chilies are like, I know some people say shiveries, but the chilies are like goosebumps. You'd get goosebumps because it would be so relaxing, and it's essentially like the same response that you get to ASMR. So that was one of my first experiences with ASMR, was doing that. I always loved that. And whenever I was in class, like I would have like certain friends in classes when I was in elementary school and even middle school, where we would like trade off giving each other like back tracing or like arm tracing. You would go like that. And there's this specific thing that we would do where you have this crease on your elbow right here, and what you do is close your eyes or look away, and the other person would trace and kind of tickle your arm, and you would have to guess when they got to the crease of your elbow. But it's actually harder than you think. It's harder than you think to identify where they are on your arm. A lot of the times, if they are kind of tracing your arm very slowly, very methodically, then you might think that they are at your elbow crease when really they are not quite there yet. So I would always do that. And I also will explain, I kind of like to, well, I'm just gonna like adjust because my back is hurting. So let's just adjust here. Okay. I am choosing not to show my full face on this channel because I just don't want to, but sometimes you might see it just in passing. But I like to keep this mostly anonymous. Although, like I was explaining, so I would do the back tracing. I did the back tracing on my roommates at college who really like ASMR, and sometimes even I take chopsticks, which you use to pick up food. They're two sticks, and then you use them to pick up food, right? Okay, so I would take chopsticks, and like my friends would lay down on the couch, and I would take the chopsticks and just trace their face, like trace along the sides of their face, and I would swirl them together on their face, and also just with my fingers, and they found it so relaxing. And a couple of my friends told me that they thought I had a really nice voice for ASMR, and so sometimes, kind of starting as a joke, I would make videos for them, just only like for them, like ASMR videos. But then they started saying that they actually really liked them, and I was running out of phone storage, and it was hard to send the full videos to them. So I decided that I would make a channel. I would make a YouTube channel so that my friends could watch. But I find it really sweet because we don't all live together anymore. A lot of them have moved away and out of college, but I really love like that we get to be connected, and that it's a sweet idea that maybe they're in the cities that they moved to, but they're like still watching, and I'm there like when they're falling asleep. I think it's so sweet. It's so sweet, and it's a really like kind of a weird and funny way to keep in touch, Yeah, so that's kind of like why I started this channel, but it's been really nice actually to see like some of the comments that people who I don't know, who are not my friends, but they're my friends now, I guess, fuzzy zip up, and it's from my boyfriend's parents got it for me for Christmas, and it's from this sweet little wine shop. They live in this like one street town, and there's a little wine bar there that I love. And so they got everyone in the family one of these. They had quarter zip options, they had it in a green color, and then they had it in this navy blue. And they got me this full zip navy blue. And the shop is called Chin Chin, which Chin Chin is something I know they say in Italy as like a cheers. Cheers before you take a drink with your party. So that's what I'm wearing. I'm doing a bit of traveling right now. Maybe let me see if there's something. I'm just gonna use this pillow and I'm gonna kind of just. I think this is nice and relaxing for me to just kind of like trace while I talk a bit. I'm doing some traveling right now to visit some people in between semesters at school. And since I'm doing tons of traveling, I took a train yesterday, and I'm doing driving and planes, trains, planes, automobiles. And in all that time I've been listening to an audiobook with my boyfriend. It's like one of his favorite books, and it's supposed to be a trilogy. So this is one of Grace V's like famous triggers. She goes, so it's a trilogy. It's supposed to be a trilogy. So not one, not two, but yes, three. I love that trigger. But 3 books are what are in a trilogy because that's the root word. That prefix means 3, not 1, not 2, but yes, 3. 3 books in this series. However, the author never wrote the 3rd book, so it's 2 books. That's supposed to be 3 books, and it ends on a cliffhanger. And it's been 10 years and he hasn't written the last book. So I know going into this that I'm going to be laughed on a cliffhanger. But the books are good enough that I don't mind. So I'm reading, it's called The Name of the Wind. The Wind. By Patrick Rothfuss, who's a British author. And the 2nd book is called The Wise Man's Fear. But I've been listening on Audible. Not sponsored. I've been listening on Audible to The Name of the Wind. We were listening together and then I had to leave. So I'm still listening by myself. And I really like the narration, and it kind of like really calms me. Very calming. Oh, okay, I had a yawn, I'm a little sleepy. I find it very calming. Wait, just I want to check and make sure that I haven't gotten any notifications. No notifications, okay. Good. Yeah, so I've been really enjoying listening to an audiobook. But yeah, I'm just having slow days right now. Visiting family, going to the gym, going on walks, cooking, reading, doing some work. But it's really nice to just kind of slow down a little bit and have things off my plate for a couple of months. So yeah, this was kind of a random video. I hope it was somewhat relaxing. Please leave any comments with suggestions of videos you'd like to see. I can't post that consistently because I don't always have a quiet place to film. And also, since I'm traveling, I don't have a lot of alone time. But someone wanted eyebrow threading. You hold the thread in their mouth and they go. So I don't have any thread, but I do have some floss, so I might be able to do that. And yeah, but it's nice to have something. This is a little more personal. So I'm like very open to suggestions, and if you are watching my videos, I'm really appreciative because it's such a nice thought that somebody is watching these, because I really like making them, and I love ASMR